Hey guys, it's me Rebecca. So this is gonna be the start of another vlog. It's not gonna be a whole weekly vlog as it's Tuesday right now, so it's not Monday. But yesterday I wasn't feeling very well. I am feeling a bit better today, but yeah. I am, however, looking forward to this vlog as it is currently August 8th, and on August 12th it's actually my 24th birthday. And I'm not gonna do anything like extravagant this week leading up to my birthday. I'm not even gonna do anything like extravagant on my birthday as I'm not someone who makes a big deal about birthdays. Personally, for me, I just see it's like another year alive, another year on the sun. But I always try to make sure I have some fun on my birthday. And this year I do have some plans which will be fun for me. And also I always make sure to buy myself a cake. I have a bit of a sweet tooth, so yeah, I do like my desserts. So yeah. But other than that, I don't really have many plans this week, and I'm probably just gonna be going on a lot of walks. The weather wasn't the best yesterday. It was very dark, gloomy, rainy. But today the sun's kind of peeked out at times, so it's quite cloudy right now. But yeah. Reading wise, I did finish 84 Charing Cross Road by Helene Hennef. I really loved it. I loved the friendship between Helene and her staff at the bookstore, how they almost felt like a family in a way. And the ending broke my heart. I loved it. I gave it a 5 stars. And since then, I have started The Sentence by Louise Erdrich. I'm about 170 pages into it, and so far I'm really liking it. The book's about this woman named Tuki, I believe that's how you say her name, who was incarcerated and has since been released. And she's been working at this bookstore, an independent bookstore, and one day her most annoying customer died, and Tuki thinks she's being haunted by the ghost of this customer. So yeah, that's just really interesting, her like kind of being worried about this haunting and whatnot. But there is also a lot of talk about American Indian culture, which is interesting to me. I haven't read any books like featuring American Indian culture, so it's just interesting to learn more aspects about that culture. Yeah. So far I'm really liking it, and yeah. And I will film what I get up to this week, and so it's the next day. I had some errands to run, but the sun has finally come out this week, and I decided, since I was out, to try and find a park nearby and walk. And I did do some walking, so that's good. And I've also done some reading. I'm now on page 234 of The Sentence, and I'm still really liking it. We just got to the point where we're at the very beginning of the pandemic, right at the very beginning of when everything started to shut down back in March of 2020. And it's very interesting to see, now that we're out of that time, how we just didn't know like how this virus spread, how to prepare for it, what was going on, like how I guess unaware of we were of so many facts. So it's very interesting to be reminded of that time period, in my opinion. And I'm also liking it because it's also showing how books bring people together, because there's a customer in here who's always like dissatisfied with the books that our main character is recommending him. until finally he's satisfied, and there's like bookstores getting more traffic than usual. I guess people did pick up a lot of, like, people did pick up books during the pandemic looking for the escapism, but I just like seeing how books brought people together in a time when we were all alone. And yeah, she is still dealing with the ghost, and it seems like another of her coworkers is also seeing it, or feels it or something. So yeah, even when it's her and a coworker and a ghost, she feels more isolated than when she's alone in the store. So yeah, so far I am really liking this book, and yeah. So it's the next day. I hope you enjoyed a little B-roll shot of me making my coffee this morning. I decided just to have a bit fun, and yeah. I do add like 2 teaspoons of water into my coffee, and I mix it together before adding the hot water. My dad said it's supposed to add like foam or something to it. I'm not entirely sure, but yeah. And today I have to run some more errands, and it's quite gloomy outside, and they promised rain later on today. So depending on the weather, I might try and go for a walk somewhere. I don't know. But reading wise, I'm now on page 266 of The Sentence by Louise Urbich. I'm still really liking it. We're now on to the point of the murder of George Floyd and the protests that are happening in the city in Minneapolis. And yeah, I'm liking how the main character, she's worried about people getting sick because of the virus, and her family getting injured because of what's happening, because the police are making this into a riot, and she's just worried about people being injured and just the well-being of people. And it's also interesting seeing how it's like history's kind of repeating itself, because I think she was involved in some like riots or protests, like called Stonewall, and when she was just minding her own business, like she just bought a book, and the police escalated the situation and made it worse than it was. So it's interesting seeing like, oh, history is kind of repeating itself, but this time it's with a different group of people, a different, I guess, minority. So yeah, I'm still liking the book. Yeah, and I'll show you what I get up to. So it's later. As you just saw, I did go to that park after I finished my errands, and I kind of also got lucky because on my drive home, that's when it started to rain. So I'm just glad it wasn't raining when I was at that park, because for some reason Google Maps took me to an entrance of the park where I couldn't really enter, and like because the gate was closed, so I had to park on the street. And the park wasn't small, so I'm kind of glad I did not get soaked, because that would not have been fun. I have done more reading of The Sentence. I'm now on page 306. I'm still really liking it. We're seeing how what happened with George Floyd and the protests and other things, how they're impacting the city, like how they're, as well COVID, how it's impacting life in the end. We're also learning more about the book that could have potentially killed our like Flora, who was the most like annoying customer who did die. And yeah, I'm not entirely sure what my plans are for tomorrow, but for today I'm just gonna relax, cook some dinner, and yeah. So it's the next day. I just got home from running some errands, and I did finish Descendants by Louise Erdrich. I'm gonna give this a 4 stars. I liked really learning Tuki's connection to Flora, and who I did feel like it kind of came out of nowhere, but it is still interesting to learn. And for Tuki to learn her real name, because Tuki's more of a nickname, so for the reader, we never know Tuki's real name, which I also think was an interesting decision. And I also liked how she handled someone in her life ended up with COVID and is hospitalized, and she was worried about him, and I like seeing how she kind of handled the whole thing. Like, she just worries, like she cares about the people, and she worries, like, yeah, I don't know. I really like the book, so yeah. And I'm gonna start next The Ladies of the Secret Circus by Constance Sayers, which I think this is 2 timelines. One that takes place in Paris in 1925 with this woman whose family runs this circus, and really the circus is all she ever knows until she meets this artist. And the other timeline is Virginia in 2004 with this character named Laura, whose fiance disappeared on their wedding day, and she's going through her great-grandmother's journals for answers. So yeah, it looked interesting. I did read a book a couple years ago. I read A Witch in Time, which is the author's like previous novel to this. I did end up DNFing it, not because it was just taking me forever to read. Like I don't know. But yeah, I'm intrigued to give her a second chance, and yeah, and that's all that's all I have for you for now. It's my birthday. I'm officially 24 years old, and I think I mentioned my plans for today already in this vlog. If not, really what I'm planning is go to this like church tag sale that's part of this fair that's happening in a seaside town in my state. And then I'm gonna go to a library book sale, and yeah, I'm just gonna do stuff that brings me joy. And then I also have to do some grocery shopping, but I don't really mind. Reading wise, I'm now on page 28 of The Ladies of the Secret Circus by Constance Sayers. So far I think the book's fine. I'm only like about 30 pages in, so but stuff is happening. Something was set up where the book starts off with like this prologue that takes place in 1974 of this guy who like had to park at the edge of a forest because someone's car was abandoned, and then he goes missing. And our main character, she and her family, and sorry, then it jumps to 2004, and it seems like Laura, our main character in this time, she and her family seem to have some magic, or are able to do magic, I'm not entirely sure, and we're introduced to like her fiance does went missing on their wedding day, and everyone's wondering where the heck he is. So yeah, so far I am intrigued to keep reading, and I'm intrigued to see how this connection to these like event that happened in 1974 is connected to what's happening now. The two are related, so yeah. And I will try and film what I get up to today, but yeah, I'm not the best at that. I always feel awkward when I'm like in public filming because I don't want to be told off, and I don't want to film people I don't know. So yeah, we'll see what I film, but if I don't film much, oh well, I'm just gonna try and have fun today. Later, as you just saw, I did go to that tag sale and that book sale I mentioned this morning. In fact, I went to 2 tag sales as on my way to the first tag sale, and when I drove by the book sale, I saw that there was another tag sale that the church was doing, and so after the first tag sale, I just went to that second one. With both tag sales, I didn't find anything I truly wanted. Like, I saw some stuff that were nice, that I thought were beautiful, but nothing that I truly wanted. I guess it's the fun of tag sales, is that it's like a treasure hunt. Like, you can sometimes have luck with them, and sometimes, yeah, not the best luck, but alas, it's just fun. Same with a book sale, really, because you can find a book you're really looking for, and sometimes not really, but you can also find a book that looks interesting to you that you didn't hear of before. So, but speaking of that book sale, I did get 2 books, and I spent $1.50 on both. Well, in total. But the first book I got was The Bell Jar by Sylvia Plath. And the second book was Wayward by Amelia Hart in this gorgeous cover. And yeah, and I did get a cake. I just got a cake from like Egg Rolls, so it's nothing spectacular, but I still got my cake and I'm gonna eat it after dinner. So yeah. And dinner will be just a simple calzone, so that's fine, nothing extreme, I guess. No restaurant or anything, that's just, I don't know, not my thing. And reading wise, I have done some reading today, well, since I've gotten home, and now I'm on page 50 of The Ladies of the Secret Circus. I'm still liking it. Things are still kind of being set up. We're mainly seeing Laura kind of try and move on with her life after Todd disappears, Todd being her fiance. And we're also seeing like the connection to what happened in 1974 to what happened with Laura's fiance, so that's also interesting. Yeah, so far I'm liking it. The writing is quite easy, quite simple, like I'm getting through it quite fast, I guess. So yeah, I don't think I'm gonna film anything else today. So, if I don't, then that's the end of this vlog. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment below telling me what you've been up to recently. If you want to, please subscribe to this channel. And if you want to follow me on any social media, then all those links are in the down bar below. I'll see you guys next time I post a video. Bye.